Isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Nandito na naman si Rob Trip reaction video. Meron tayong reaction tungkol kay Senator Bato. Senator Bato, tinawanan si Jokno sa utang ng Pilipinas lumulobo. Ayan, don't panic, utang lang yan. Ayan, sabi ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. At panoorin po natin kung bakit niya sinabi. Andito rin sila Amy Marcos. At ayan, panoorin po natin ang buong detalye.
Mr. Chairman, hindi na sana ako magtanong dahil lumampas na sa time ni Minority Leader yung tungkol sa utang lang, Mr. Chairman. Kasi, Mr. Chairman, maraming Pilipino ngayon na gaya ko na hindi ka-label ninyo yung utak pagdating sa mga ganitong bagay. Gusto ko na sana maliwanagan sila patungkol ito sa utang natin kasi alam mo maraming mga fake news, maraming totoong news naglabasan at sabi nila kawawa pala tayo, hindi pa nanganak yung apo ko, may ganito ng utang kasi yung per capita ng debt natin is ganito na pala kalaki. So yan ang nagsasabi na mahirap na, mas maganda siguro kung mas maganak tayo ng maraming anak kasi para lumaki yung population natin at pag lumaki yung population, mas marami maghahati-hati sa utang mas nababa yung per capita utang natin sa simpleng pinubre na pag-iisip. Pag anak ko, mas marami para yung per capita debt natin bababa. At sige, the population, mas marami maghahati-hati sa utang. So, ang tanong ko lang sa economic team natin is tama ba sir na sabihin natin sa mga Pilipino na nanonood ngayon na pagdating sa national debt natin, panik. Walang problema, kaya natin ito. Is that okay? Pagsabihin natin sa mga Pilipino na okay, magpanik dyan, utang lang yan. Wala namang, sabi nila, wala nagkukulong sa utang. Pero sa totoo, maraming pobre nakulong sa utang.
Oo, maraming nakulong.
Thank you, sir.
Magpanik. Utang lang yan. Kaya ng gobyerno natin yan. Is that okay na makarating sa ating mga kababayan? Kasi pinag-usapan natin itong utang eh.
Salamat po sa...
Thank you po, sir. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you. Yung pangutang, as we mentioned, hindi naman po nakakatakot yung 60% of our GDP ay reasonable po yan, manageable, at saka pinaliwanag po ng treasurer natin yung the way we borrow money, hindi po ganun, mga long term po yun, at saka fix po yung interest rate, yung floating interest rate, na pag tumaas yung pag sumama yung ekonomiya, tumataas yung interest rate, hindi po ganun ang pangungutang natin. At saka the way to look at the budget, sir, is sabi ko nga, yung deficit natin, pinabababa nga natin magiging 3%. But if you notice the composition of the budget, it's mostly investment. We are committed to invest at least 5 to 6% of our GDP for infrastructure. Napakalaking bagay po nun kasi tuloy pong lalago ekonomiya natin. So makikinabang po naman dyan, lalo makikinabang yung mga mahihirap. And if you look at the composition of the budget, it's talagang proper po yan. Kasi the way to look at the impact of the budget on any individual is magkano bang binabayad kong buwis at magkano benefit ko sa budget na ito. Kung ikaw mahirap, hindi po naman napakalaking binabayad yung buwis eh. But you get a lot of benefit, free education, free healthcare, social protection measures. Ganun po yun. In fact, hanggang ngayon nga, free na rin yung college hindi ba? So yun po, that's the way you should look at the budget. Magkano yung binabayad kong buwis at magkano ang benefit ko dito sa budget na ito. At palagay ko, pag tinignan yung ganun, makikinabang po, maraming mahihirap.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, don't panic, mga Pilipino. Utang lang yan. Kaya.
Have babies, Senator De La Rosa. Have babies. para makatimutan. Thank you, Vice Chair Senator Bato. Majority Leader? Yeah.
I was told that Senator Amy Marcos would like to say something about the national debt.
Okay.
I would give way, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Without belaboring the subject, kasi tulad nga ni Bato, kailangan ipaliwanag natin sa ating mamamayan bakit lumulobo yung utang. Dahil at the height of the pandemic in 2020, the country borrowed a total of 2.74 trillion. Nandito na tayo 2024. And we will borrow a total of 3.081 trillion. Ang tanong ng taong bayan, bakit pa nangungutang na napakalaki na lampasan na natin yung pandemya? Nasagot partially ni Secretary Balisacan na sinabi niya na infrastructure. Pero kapag tinignan mo naman yung infrastructure, yung sinasabing 5.9% ng total napupunta sa investment infrastructure. Ang katanungan naman na talagang hindi maintindihan, nung panahon naman ni Presidente Duterte, ganyan din ang numero, hindi naman nadagdagan. On top of which, ang dami-dami pa natin inutang para sa bakuna. Bakit tuloy-tuloy ang pangungutang natin samantalang tapos ng tinatawag na pandemic?
I think kasi yung sa bakuna, we stop borrowing money for that. In fact, baka susuli pa natin. Meron po tayong mga unutilized loans sa COVID. We are going to return them to sa ADB, ganun, sa World Bank. No? Patuloy po tayong nanghihiram for the infra. I think if I'm not mistaken, 20% po ng ating budget, 20% is
Ayan, 2 trillion pala ang utang natin, no? Mahigit. At panoorin po natin na dire-diretso po tayo.
6.
Maybe we could get a listing of the 21.6 po. Kasi ang bilang namin, nasa 5.9% lang. Exactly as you stated. somewhere
of
between
GDP po.
5%
GDP. But
Correct.
it's around
Of the
21% of the budget.
Of the budget.
Of the budget.
Siguro yun ang kailangan natin
Yes,
natin pagkat hindi nga natin maintindihan kung bakit ganun kalaki samantalang nalampasan na natin yung pandemya. At yun nga, the Treasury is projected to increase its cash position by 863 billion through loans as budgetary support to fund all the programs. But considering the lower than expected economic performance, the revenue will inevitably decrease as well. So, how do we justify, once again, the additional borrowing given a poorer collection rate than expected? Yung pinroject ninyo last year, iba kasi sa nangyaring actual I don't know who will answer.
I will answer. Yung pong, I think we should not overreact to the slowdown in the second quarter because as RC said, we still think we can make the 6 to 7% macroeconomic assumptions, and our assumption is that we will continue to grow at between 6.5 to 8%. Yung pong second quarter assumption is because nga of the higher spending of previous year. Kasi ang termo ang statistics is lagi year on year. You compare this quarter to the quarter last year. And that was election year. And historically, makikita ninyo na yung final year ng any president, sumisirik talagang gano'n ang ekonomiya. And then, the following first year ng bumababa po. Okay? So let's not overreact to that slowdown in the second quarter po.
Earlier, nasabi na long-term at saka fixed ang interest rate. Pero naalala ko na yung interest rates na pinag-uusapan last year were at 3%, 4%. Ngayon, yung computation natin magbabago kasi tumaas hanggang 6.5%. Kahit sabihin pa ninyo na 5%. Yung realidad, nasa 5.5 to 6.5. So, meron ba tayong listahan para mapatunay na talagang 5% na lamang ang average? Hindi naman lumolobo. Kasi halos doble to 3% yung pinag-usapan last year. Ang realidad, nasa 6.5
Actually, ma'am, yung pong sa interest rate po natin, kung titignan, versus po nung sa pre-pandemic, we're just at the same level. Kasi nga po, nakikita mga given the credit rating, yung pong creditworthiness ng Philippines, hindi po nag-increase yung po sinasabing premium over the credit ng Pilipinas. So, na-maintain po natin yun given already our credit rating as well. Ngayon din po, sa ating mga domestic borrowing.
So you're saying we can afford to borrow even in this high interest climate?
So
Is that what you're saying?
hindi po namin
Kasi
nakikita.
dati last year sabi niyo, pag naging mahal yung interest, di na tayo mangungutan, di na natin kakayanin eh.
What we're saying po, ma'am, na yung pong interest rate na nakukuha po natin ngayon is already same as dahil po sa pre-pandemic. Unang-una po, nakikita
Pero
natin.
sabi mo 5%, yung pre-pandemic natin umaapak ng 3 to 4. Paano naging pareho yun?
Hindi naman po kasi po, ma'am, nung pong sa pre-pandemic, we're also around 4 to 5%. Ngayon po, isa pong why we are borrowing lows, lalo na po sa domestic, nakikita sa auction na lang po, makikita natin na we are still flush with liquidity. So, yung pong panghihiram,
Ang sarap
marami
naman pakinggan, talaga flush with liquidity. Feeling mayaman tayo ngayon ah.
hindi po yung tayo, kundi the market.
Sorry.
Market po.
Natuwa kasi ako doon sa flush with liquidity.
Yung po,
Wala lang.
So, we're able to already bring down the interest rate. Nung nakita, even this afternoon po, nung nag-auction tayo, nakita namin na we're able to really can even afford to cut down yung sa auction rate sa aming mga auctions para maibaba pa po yung interest rate. Pangalawa po, nung po nag-issue po kami nung ROP, mga dollar loans natin last January, ang order book po for the Philippines, $28 billion and we only borrowed $3 billion. So that means malaki po yung order book, pwede po natin i-compress in terms of the spread that the investors are asking for.
Okay.
So parang sinasabi po natin ngayon na ang Philippines, in a way, given already the way investors perceive our credit worthiness, that we can afford them to ask for a lower spread levels po. So that would also bring down, kahit na tumataas po yung US Treasuries, as long as our premium is also being reduced.
Okay. Mahihingi na lang siguro ako ng 21.6% ng GAA na sinasabi nasa infrastructure at siguro from the BSP head kung maaari yung 6.25% na interest. I-maintain po ba natin yan o tuloy-tuloy o tataas pa po? Dahil yan rin ang sinisisi sa bagsak na economic performance ng second quarter po.
Magandang tanong yan. Yung 6.25,
Kayong maging manghuhula po.
yung ang nag-uusapan doon, yung real rate, no? So yung 6.25%, tanggalin natin yung target na 3%. So ang real rate ng pangungutang, 3.25. Medyo bababa pa yun. Yung estimate natin ng yung tamang-tama lang for the long run, for the economy growing as fast as ours, nasa 6.8. Yun ang medyo delikado na pag lumagpas pa tayo doon. So, 3.8 in real terms.
So hanggang 6.8 tolerable sabi ninyo?
In real terms, ma'am.
In real.
Yeah.
Real meaning,
Nominal.
tulog po ako.
Nominal
Sabi ko real ngayon is 3.25. Yung 6.25 hindi po totoo. Parang ganon.
Ay 6.25 nominal, minus the inflation rate,
That minus inflation.
nagiging real. Ang
So pwede kayong tumaas ng 6.8% na real or
nominal,
nominal.
nominal 6.8.
Sa nominal.
Hindi pa yun makakasabagal sa economy at that.
Kinabahan na naman ako kung real na naman po. Dahil hindi na naman tayo mayaman yan.
Nominal.
Okay po. The treasurer also mentioned the peso to dollar exchange rate, which is slowly creeping up to over 57 pesos, far above the DBCC projections. Does it affect our debt payments and the numbers contained in the GAA submitted to the Senate? Yeah, the question was, yung exchange rate natin, DBCC pegged it at a lower rate. We're now going beyond 57 pesos to the dollar. Malayo na yun sa mga numerong binigay ninyo sa amin. So, how will this affect the debt payments? Lolobo pa ba yan? As it is, di ba, 15% increase na. Pag bumagsak pa rin ang presyo, bumagsak pa rin ang halaga ng peso, mas lalong lolobo yung interest and other things.
On average po, ang assumption natin is 53 to 57.
Yes, but we're now
Pero ang
beyond 57.
depende ko ang average for the year. So we're still within the range.
Yes, we have more local loans than dollar.
Saka ma'am, in the
Is there a way to get a breakdown on those long-term and fixed interest loans as well as the domestic versus foreign?
we can provide ma'am.
Yes, if you would. Thank you very much. Last question na lang by way of information, Joel. Kay Secretary Amina, may sinabi po kayo kanina na ang sabi at utos ng World Bank, dapat manatili sa 5% itong unprogrammed natin. Bakit? At saan nila sinabi? Dahil dati, alam ko, lampas 5% tayo sa unprogrammed. Suntok sa buwan, ala chamba, kontento na kami. Pero ngayon, bakit may sinasabing 5% unprogrammed?
That is, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, that's the rule of thumb of IMF when we went to the IMF during the spring meetings because we had a meeting with them for technical assistance po on some of our national government projects po.
Okay, was
They
it a
mentioned-
suggestion or was it an order?
It's actually a standard that they actually recommend to countries.
Kasi first time ko kasi narinig.
Kami
Alam
din
ko
po.
naman yung mga unprogrammed natin, talagang lalaki eh.
Opo.
Pero okay lang sa amin kasi natutuwa kami kahit pa paano nakalista. Eh ngayon, sabi mo 5%, paano kaya yun? Talaga
Kami din,
tayo sa... Kung hindi tayo sumunod, papaluin ba tayo?
hindi naman po, but at least it's a form of discipline just like what Senator Coco mentioned a while ago po.
The question lang kasi first time ko narinig yung ganon. Pigado ba tayo dyan? Hindi naman. Oo. At walang palo so far.
Wala pong palo.
Okay.
Alright, ayan, napanood nyo guys ang projection ng utang ng Pilipinas. Ayan na, tinawanan ni Senator Bato ang si Jokno sa utang ng Pilipinas at lumulobo na raw. At kailangan pag tumas tayo ng 6%, taas na. At maraming salamat sa inyong lahat na panonood at pakikinig dito kay Karob Trip. And see you again sa ating sunod na reaction video. Peace out.